What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. I've got my brother's iPad again. Shout out to him for allowing me to use it. But listen to me, man. We are about to go in the next swimwear. I have been so hyped just to, at the very least, read one more chapter after that insane cliffhanger. Actually seeing AFO once again. Not only are we seeing him, but because of the placement of which we saw him, it makes me think that he's about to make a move very, very soon, man. So I'm really, really stoked. So let's go ahead and get right into the next chapter, chapter 210. Like I said, I don't know how long this is going to be, but we're going to read. We're going to read, coach. Let's see. Number 210, The One for All Dream. Oh my. We're going to get the Avatar state, dog? Thanks for the quick response, but I'm actually observing a class now. You wanted to know if Shimuda ever mentioned dreaming about One for All, right? Oh, not beating around the bush, huh? Well, you asked and I just happened to remember something. Now, my old mind ain't what it used to be, so listen up, don't expect much. We can't communicate freely if we run into the enemy. First I gotta locate and gain... Did I escape a page? No, it's just that we transition over something else. Okay, now we're actually in the battle with Deku's squad here. So we see Deku going, of course, through here. In the middle panel, we see him in midair. But I'm still a little uneasy about that One for All stuff. I have to make sure to avoid Shinso's brainwashing no matter what. Midoriya's team's formation bears a strong resemblance to Bakugo's team in Match 4. They have a similar makeup too, but they don't have a Jiro type on their side. They gotta be even more careful than we were, unless they want to get wrecked. That's true. If their strategy involves luring them out, then Midoriya will have to work even harder than Bakugo. Well, I mean, that's usually the way it's been throughout the entire series so far, though. So here we see a panel of Uraraka looking up towards Deku, and then we see Deku, I mean, straight up. I love panels like these because not only does it remind me of my beloved Jet Set Radio, but it reminds me of Air Gear. Have you ever read Air Gear? And Air Gear has so many beautiful panels like this where the characters are just fly. It looks like they're flying in the air, but they don't have. The way the Air Gear would do it is that it would illustrate the wings behind them sometimes. But I always enjoy panels like this whenever you're just bouncing from one edge to the other. And me growing up, especially in the early 2000s and the late 90s, that was awesome to me. Like the whole skateboarding concept of like going from one place to the other, rollerblading, whatever. But from jumping from one place to the other, regardless of whatever it is, was always a really nice concept to me. Just being able to fly. It's why I always say that I love birds. But regardless. So we continue. Because of my speed, Class B can't afford to ignore me. They'll have me in their sights. So I'll bait them into revealing themselves when they attack me. Then the four of us can link up and take them down. That must be Yanagi. Here we go. Eek! Uraraka? Did you spot me after observing Bakugo's performance? Would be fools to take you lightly. It's only natural to be on guard. It's only natural to be on guard against someone as strong and agile as you. The clever among us realize that much. We see Monoma right here, trolling as always. On the other hand, someone truly clever might also think that it was the other three who amplified Bakugo's strength. That crushing them should have taken priority. You're such a showman, you've gone out of your way to reveal yourself, yes? Meanwhile, I expect my allies have already located yours. It'll be three against four. How will your team fare with Shinso in the mix? They can't exactly communicate freely. I suppose you better race back to check on your friends. But wait, what if that scream just now was Shinso mimicking a voice? What if your three friends are still hidden, but you end up leading us right to them? I'm afraid there's no answer. You gotta love this dude, bro. You gotta love him. Do you have no regard for your friend's potential plight? That's cold. He'll be watching me closely for any signs. I have to be careful. I had a little chat with Shinso. The gifted will break this world. Tell me your pal, Bakugo. How is it that he can still smile without a care when he's the one who brought about the symbol of peace? Bro, how do you say that to someone, dog? I've got to give it up to him because my man can talk trash. That 100%. He gets in your head. He's getting up into like swimwear, of course, getting right up under your nerves, especially for saying something like that, man. Probably knowing the amount of respect that Bakugo and Deku have for each other. Specifically Deku, man. Having that amount of respect for Bakugo and what really type of person that he is. When people, he's the type of individual that whenever people either speak badly or hurt someone that he cares about, man. He takes the offensive, man. He goes into action. So the simple fact that this person said those words hurt me. Those words hurt me, son. When he's the one who brought about the symbol of peace's downfall. You know what it is for somebody to say that? That's mild. That's something somebody would say back in the Xbox 360 game chat a few seconds earlier. That shot must have been Shinso. They're close. Okay, so yeah, so it most certainly was Shinso then. Kind of funny to picture that shriek coming from such a calm guy. I know, right? That's facts. We gotta look at each other's faces when talking. Here we see Mineta. We got a bite. And we see this massive, they're using this like a fishing line, but it's going throughout a whole bunch of the intricacies of the building here. Acid veal. They vanish. Are they blocking it, or maybe it's a trap? It's Yanagi's poltergeist. And then here we see, it appears to be like there's a shield that's protecting them right here. Is she even aiming? They look back. Even more of the items are going towards them. And we see a massive barrel. Now listen, man, I play a lot of video games, so whenever I see a barrel that looks like that, I won't even touch it, because usually that means it's going to explode. Release. It's Kodai's size quirk. We move over, and then see, now this is where Uradaka's ability comes into play. It comes in handy, because Uradaka would be able to cause these things to float extremely high above them. And of course, if she releases her grip on that, then they're going to come falling right down on top of their heads. So immediately they would need to float, and then Uraraka would need to push them into some other place here. But no, we have something called Twin Impact. Fire! Here we see what appears to be an explosion. Hitting those items. We've got a decent idea of what direction they're in now. Let's launch a second attack while they're still in the dark. Reiko Yanagi Quirk Poltergeist. She can manipulate nearby objects, but no more than the total weight of a single person. Yui Kodai Quirk Size. She can alter the size of whatever she touches, but it doesn't work on living things. She can alter the size of whatever she touches, but it does not work on living things. Okay, so they're both quirk users that heavily rely on their surroundings. One or both of them on inanimate objects. One of them can't. Well, actually, no. Now that I think about it, these two quirks actually work really, really well together. Because if Reiko can manipulate objects, but it can't go above the weight of a single person, then you have another person who can adjust the size, so that way you could use Kodai to bring the size down to, let's just say, if you want to transfer a pole, you can make it about the size of a remote, and then of course she would be able to manipulate the remote, take it, toss it, float it, whatever the case may be, but it works better as a team. This is like a perfect quirk tag team to have. One that can alter the size of certain things, and especially since the other one can only lift things that are less than the weight of a single person. So that's very, very interesting. I like that combo. Then we have right here Nirengeki Shoda. Quirk Twin Impact. I'm curious in this quirk. After striking an object, he can activate a second strike remotely. That second hit will have a ton more oomph to it. So all three of their quirks are about objects. One is about altering the size of an object, but not on living things. The other one is manipulating objects that cannot be more than the weight of a single person. And this one is, after striking a certain object, you can activate a second strike remotely. And that second hit, of course, will be stronger than the first one. So instead of a dual tag team quirk of just two, it's a 3. It's one of those, for my fellow wrestling fans out there, it'd be like one of the, like AAA, like the AAA tag team belts. They have like the 6-man belts that they usually have, especially down there in Latin America, and especially in Mexico and Puerto Rico. They have a lot of those belts, the 6-man belts. So right here is a 6-man tag team with all their quirks that work very, very well with each other. Especially, we just saw it in action. We thought that our crew would be able to take care of that situation immediately, but not. They definitely know how to use their quirks together. So now, on our side, we're going to need to know how we can go about this. I mean, we could definitely do it. I mean, it would definitely have to rely on a lot more brain power, because Deku's not going to be anywhere near them, so they can't rely on Deku to get them out of this. Deku's going to be going in like somewhere against Suit Boy, against Monoma, and flipping Shinso whenever he gets to him too. So Deku's gonna have his hands filled over there. That was crazy. They probably got a location now. What about Deku? Sorry to say, this probably ain't what you want to hear. Oh my. Here we go. What did Master tell you? This wasn't long after she inherited One For All. Like always, we were on patrol just chatting. And here we see Deku, struggling on top. Get this, Gran Torino, I had the weirdest dream last night. There was a man standing there all shrouded in black smoke. He spoke to me and said, "It's not time yet." Is this the same black smoke? Oh, hold on, bro. Is this the same black smoke? Go. The Avatar State. I gotta see the Avatar State, bro. I gotta see the Avatar State. No, what is this? Bro, come on, man. Go. Bro, are we serious? Come on. They were always telling me, you'll never be a superhero. Who's Monoma? You'll never be a superhero with that quirk. A hero can't do anything on his own. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Where are you going with this? It's about knowing what we can't do. I like you, Shinso, I really do. In order to survive, you too need to embrace your darker side. Or much the same. No thanks, it's true though. When you managed to brainwash Midori in the tournament, how did you trick him into speaking? I didn't know much about the guy, so I just insulted his friend. The paradox is that to become heroes, we must act unheroically. Otherwise, we'll never measure up to those capable of greatness. Emulating our idols isn't enough. Surely you felt this way before. How the hopes and dreams of childhood now grow heavy as burdens. As if we are cursed. What a statement, son. What a statement. That one's hopes and dreams from your childhood now grow heavy as burdens. As if you're cursed. Yet another statement within this arc that really makes you think, man. I'll come back to that here in a little bit. So here we have Deku with that supposed black smoke that was brought up here at the end of the last chapter. He's grown even more? That jerk. And here we have Deku. At his foot? Yeah, he puts his foot, it looks like he put his foot on top of his arm? Excuse me? What the heck's going on? What is this? Everything was just fine a second ago. See the smoke going all up around him. It's starting to take over him here. Then you see it kind of stretches out, and like Venom or Carnage from Spider-Man, it latches on and attaches to certain parts of the structure here. It's still going. We see Monoma yells over to Shinso. Shinso, another new move from Midoriya? Shinso, just run. The power, I can't control it. What is going on, dude? It's exploding out of me. But it has to be something, if not, Horikoshi would not have All Might and Gran Torino having this conversation at the same time if it wasn't relevant to One For All. So it's got to be something with One For All, man. So we see Deku. Yo, this thing is... What in the flying flatness is he even doing? What can I even call this? Seriously, what do I even call this, man? It's like Gomu Gomu no Shadow? I mean... Because it's stretching out, going on all these things like it's Venom. But at the same time, what is it? One For All, Gomu Gomu no? I don't know, son. Deku, what's going on? Aizawa Vlad, you need to stop him. Something's wrong. What? Why? Stop it. Why does it hurt so bad? It hurts. All Might passed this down to me since I had so much to learn. I was always hurting myself. Stop it. But I finally started to make it my own. Things are supposed to be looking up. Stop it. I didn't want anyone worrying about me ever again. Stop, One For All! And we see an eye. Right here in the middle of all this darkness, right in the middle of the page. That is an eye, right? It looks like an eye to me, Skip. That most certainly looks like an eye to me. And then here we see that like it looks like it's spinning, kind of like how in Naruto, how the Kamui would spin whenever they were teleporting. Right here we have like a similar type of Kamui-like of circular things surrounding Deku right here. And then we have and Uraraka. What the heck? So Uraraka gets on Deku, And then Shinso's right there. Go, go. Come on, come on. Don't film me now. Don't film me now, iPad. Do not film me now. Yo, man, hold on. Yo, Uraraka, man. Like, I've been wondering when she was gonna make her move on Deku in like this sort of way. I mean, of course, in a romantic way, it'll happen sometime later on the line, maybe end of series. But in a similar way, maybe that I can't really bring up any other situation, honestly. That nothing pops up. But I was waiting for Uraraka to do something to where Deku would be in a situation where Uraraka would need to save him in some way, shape, or form. And we see that Deku definitely needs help in order to control this One For All situation. So what I'm going to assume is that Uraraka is going to be able to get in his head and provide him the confidence, the emotional support to be able to get through this situation. So let's see what Uraraka tells him here. My parents always looked exhausted. It was rough. I mean, I love me some Uraraka, so this actually is really, really awesome. And I like specifically Uraraka and Deku's relationship. And more than just like a ship thing, right? For me, it goes, it's much more than that. There's a definite bond there that's been developed since the beginning of the series, and it's made me care about the relationship, man. My parents always looked exhausted. It was rough. So when I first saw a hero in action, what I really noticed were the expressions on everyone's faces. And here we see a young Uraraka looking extremely cute, just in admiration and awe of the heroes in front of her. I love seeing people looking happy. You know what, Uraraka? I feel you. Me too. Me too. That's definitely something I love seeing as well. I love seeing other people doing something that they love or expressing their love. You know, that's something that I definitely love seeing as well. So it was only natural that I'd want to help people who looked like they were in trouble. You know, and that's of course a part of the reason why she went down the process of becoming a hero in the first place. But it made it all the more difficult because it was only natural. If I can't save one little girl right in front of me, then how can I ever hope to be a hero who saves everyone? Yo, when I saw him yo, man, that arc was so nasty. The overhaul stuff, when I saw him struggling with the odds stacked against him, it got me thinking, who protects the heroes when they need protecting? Yes, and then that's how we transition over to Uraraka's role in this entire thing. A hero who needs protecting. Who's gonna protect him, you know, or that person? So we have Deku, of course, still losing control with this black Dr. Octavius shadow going around, and we get a really, really nice panel. I absolutely love this page. It's split into three, kind of like how normal collages are. You know, if a collage is put in three, whenever you do a photo collage, it's usually one massive strip and then two square panels, usually very small. And right here, Horikoshi uses that concept but in a very nice way, you know, showing the distraught and Deku. You can see with his eyes open and just how not only afraid of this ability he is, but how shocked and like you could just tell how he's feeling just by seeing Uraraka there, you know. And then of course you see Uraraka's determination all over her face right here, as she's attaching herself to him. We go by and Uraraka gets even closer. Deku, you gotta calm down. I can't stop it. Deku can't control it. And then we have a moment right here whenever Uraraka was looking over towards Shinso. Shinso, brainwash him. You need to stop Deku. Brainwash Midoriya? Ah, what do I ask him? You born with your awesome quirk. Yo, this is gonna be amazing. So, instead of Shinso proving his worth in a battle against Deku, he's gonna be or against Deku as an equal opponent in the same way. Because I was wondering, I was like, so we're just gonna do the same thing, a repeat of what we had in the sports festival? No, because Horikoshi goes above and beyond. We're not gonna have a rematch around here. We're going to show the development, and we're going to show how Shinso has changed since then, and how that battle with Deku back in the sports festival changed him into the person that he is right now. And so we're gonna be getting that firsthand here, and like I said before, not in a battle against them. Now he needs to brainwash Deku in order to save him. So now we're going to see how he's developed his ability and how he's developed as a person. That's dope, man. This is a really cool situation. I lost you at the sports festival. Let me see. Today I was actually excited to show you how much I've changed since then. Exactly. I'll be a great hero someday. We will fight again, and I'm looking forward to it. And use my quirk to help people, because that's exactly what he wants to be. He wants to be a hero. And I've been wondering, how would this brainwash quirk work in a situation where you're a hero? There we go. There we go. Shinso applies to that same situation that Uraraka was talking about, of a hero who needs protecting. Who's going to help the hero when he needs protecting? Shinso's one of those characters, man. So let's see. Midoriya! Let's fight. Yo! So right there, we have a really, really nice panel on top with Shinso. Really nice facial expression panel. And then we have Deku right here in the bottom. And he yells, okay. And there we go, the response back. And we see that the shadow continues. Deku looks like he's falling. Yeah, no, it worked. We see it's regressing back into him. Goes it back into his arm. Yep, and back into his arm. Yo, his arm looks like it went through some 3rd-degree burns, man. We step over right here. We see Deku. The Avatar State. Here we go. The Avatar State. Here we go, man. Here again, you got it all wrong. Weren't you listening? We told you that you're not alone. Now it just happens to be the right time to manifest it, right? So what's with this sorry crap? This power in you isn't something you use casually, all distracted. Not anymore. One of the previous wielders, pull yourself together. Come on, no. We're in the Avatar state, man. One does not stop reading when you're in the Avatar state, son. Realm of Souls is the name of this chapter. Pull yourself together, because if you do, most things will work out. I have no mouth, I can't respond. Yeah, I know, you can't talk, don't sweat it. I can see him so... Yo, why does my man's look like he's straight out of Borderlands, bro? Straight out of Borderlands, man. I can see him so clearly. He's definitely more... Well, on this day, I see clearly. Yo, shout out to my boy Edge, man. Edge is the GOAT. But anyways, I can see him so clearly. He's definitely more than just some vestige. And it's not a dream. I think the predecessors are alive somehow and one for all. And right here, yo, you see the GOAT, Nana flipping Shimura. Yo, man. Y'all know how much I love me some Nana Shimura, so I hope we get to see more of her here. But regardless, I'm okay with seeing here one of the previous wielders. You know what this reminds me a lot of, man? This reminds me a lot of Reborn. And of course of Avatar, but of Hitman Reborn. If you guys have never watched Reborn, I guess this won't make any sense to you, but I remember whenever Suna would like go back and talk to the previous Mongolia bosses. I always love those scenes. They're actually the scene in Marone Base in particular. That's one of my favorite scenes in the entire anime. Whenever he's able to have that conversation with the other Mongolia bosses, because of how cool it is. It's of course something unrealistic, but it doesn't need to be realistic to be cool. I mean, most unrealistic things are cool, you know. So screw it. But I really, really like that type of stuff. So the fact that we're having that right here with Deku, and just being able to see some of the previous wielders of this power that belongs to our main character is really, really nice. Looks like I'm short on time, but listen up, kiddo. As for that power that just exploded out of you, that's my quirk. That's his quirk. Our quirk factors were mixed into the core of all this power. They've been inside One for All this whole time. That tiny core... Wait a minute, bro. Didn't they say he wielded One for All? What does he mean by this quirk? As for that power that just exploded out of you, that's my quirk. Excuse me? Our quirk factors were mixed into the core of all this power. They've been inside One for All this whole time. That tiny core, the small center within the raging flames or crashing waves, whatever it is you see, that's the source wrapped up within all that accumulated power. And now, after all this time, it's starting to grow and kick. You've caught glimpses in between those flickering flames, right? You've seen that One for All is growing. But why? What's going to happen? That's my question. Just now, weren't you really focused on capturing someone? That was all you could think about, right? Right, I wanted to capture Monoma. It just so happens that my black whip is perfect for the job. You're lucky you're getting me first since my quirk's top grade. Wait a minute, bro. I don't get it. So do people who have One for All have a secondary quirk behind that? Because we know that All for One can do that. We know how he's able to distribute and also take in these quirks. But One for All as well? I mean, I suppose it makes sense. But I'm confused. It just so happens that my Black Whip is perfect for the job, so Black Whip is the name of the shadow. You're lucky you're getting me first since my quirk's top grade. But understand this quirk has also been building up in One For All. It's bound to be way stronger than it was back in my day. Yo, it's gonna be even stronger now than it was back in my man's day? I'm vanishing. I feel like I'm being softly blown away. I guess it's just because I'm a spirit now. Listen, when you use this power out of anger, it'll really start working for you. What really matters is controlling your heart. It's okay to get mad, that rage can be the source, but in the meantime, you gotta control it better, okay? One For All's grown crazy strong thanks to the eight of us who came before you. So be ready, kiddo, because you're about to get all 6 of our quirks? So be ready, kiddo, because you're about to get all 6. 6? So be ready, kiddo, because you're about to get all 6 of our quirks. But I thought there were 8. Hold on, coach. I'm confused. Alright, so within the embers of One For All are 6 quirks that belong to some of the previous owners, correct? Then does that mean that there's still a possibility that Deku will one day grow in his own quirk too? Or no? I'm confused by this. Okay. One For All is growing crazy strong thanks to the 8 of us who came before you. So be ready, kiddo, because you're about to get all 6 of our quirks. Control your heart and make good of us. And make good use of us. 6? Yo, are you kidding, bro? 6? My man Deku, post time skip Deku's gonna be OP. Now I see why All Might is such a GOAT. If All Might is out here using One For All to its highest potential and using all 6 of these quirks, yo, my man, no wonder he's the #1 hero. Control your heart and make good use of us. But I'll tell you what, though, man. This is really cool for me when it comes to Deku, because I was wondering what else. You know, he's already transferred over to his legs. Of course, we don't know everything there is to know about One For All and the One For All that we know of, you know, with the whole smash techniques. But I was wondering, if My Hero Academia is going to be a really, really long series, how is he going to continue to grow and progress that quirk, especially whenever he gets older and we start seeing post-time skip versions of Deku? Because for other characters, I can see how it is they can train and whatnot, but when it comes to Deku, I had been wondering how it is that he's going to continue to grow without destroying his body. I mean, my man, if he continues to do what he has, he's going to be without hands or legs. And I was wondering how is Horikoshi going to go about that, because if Deku were to continue just using that ability, by the end of the series, before time skip, whenever we end up getting a time skip, before that time skip, Deku would probably lose all sense in at least one of his hands at the rate he was going. But now, this provides another obstacle for him to overcome. Because now, instead of just focusing on just that portion of One For All that he knows, now he has to focus on mastering the other portions of One For All. It's kind of like the Omnitrix. You know, you have to focus on mastering all of the different aliens, so whenever the time comes, you use whichever quirk you need in order to handle the situation in hand. So when you put it that way, Deku's gonna have a lot to learn. But I'll tell you what, whenever he actually ends up learning all of this, he is going to be extremely powerful. But it's going to be power that comes through training, because he's not going to be able to just magically learn these like it's Pokemon. A man is going to know about the ability, and he has to control them. So we're going to have, and this is really, really nice now, because now we're going to have a situation where in upcoming battles, we can look forward to more of Deku's abilities from the previous One For All users to come out and bloom, and then he'll be able to use them. And in most cases, like what was stated right here, even better than it was originally, because now the quirk has grown inside of One For all of these years. So that's going to be very, very interesting. Now Deku, with all 6 quirks, he's going to have to learn through each one, and learn and control each and every single one of these quirks. That's going to cause for some very interesting story situations, some very interesting situations when it comes to Deku as an underdog, because even though his ability is OP, he needs to learn it. You know, it's not something that, like, of course, One For All itself was gifted to him, but these abilities, it's not just like he can, let's do it. Black Whip, like, he can't just do that. you can't transform or anything. You actually have to learn it. So that's going to cause for even more stress for Deku, which in turn is going to make it's going to make me at least want to root for him even more. Because now he has the burdens of all of the other One For All users, literally, all the way down to their quirks. That's amazing to me. This right here changes the game when it comes to Deku in his future battles, and the future of the series when it comes to the structure of how Deku's going to learn One For All. I actually really, really like this. I really like it. I recall, I was talking to one of my friends, my boy Chris, and he told me that whenever I caught up to my hero, there'd be something relating to Deku's powers that he wants to know my opinion on. So I think this is what he was talking about. Hopefully, I mean, if there's something else, hey, shoot, I'm up for that too. But I think that's what he was talking about. So I look forward to discussing this with him because this is definitely very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. The simple fact that he's going to be able to have all these different abilities within One For All is going to cause for, like I said, some very, very interesting story situations when, let's just say, one of them, either he can't control it or something drastic happens and he manages to summon one of them out of nowhere, and then he has to learn to, because, face it, man, this is a training arc. What about if they're actually facing villains and he loses his cool, and then one of these quirks starts going out of control? Who's going to be there to save him then? You feel me? So it's going to cause for some very, very interesting story situations, man. I like this. I like this a lot. Control your heart and make good use of us. Good luck, kiddo. We'll be right behind you. You're going to be the one to complete One For All. See, when you say stuff like that, that really puts a heavy burden on Deku, man. A heavy burden on Deku. Deku, hey Deku, are you okay? When Uraraka gets back, it's too dangerous. That's the classic Deku response. Shinso brainwashing helped calm you down. You're fine now, right? Shinso, bro. Uraraka, you're hurt. What did I do? And here we have Monoma. I mean, not wasting any time. Gets up right behind him. I'm afraid this match isn't over just yet. Here we go. Yo! And Uraraka says, "You're gonna hurt my mans?" Gunhead Marshall. No, Reika. Are you two okay? What was all that? Nice poltergeist there. Nice poltergeisting there. That wild black energy ruined all our plans. Eat this. Midori, Uraraka, everything okay? Everyone's here. It's an all-out brawl. Like my man Mr. X reacts to the other day for Gintama. Now it's this is My Hero Academia Ultimate. My Hero Academia Ultimate. Everyone's here, son. It's an all-out brawl, and we see everybody going up in like swimwear. Some really, really nice panels. I love this panel right here. Just the perspectives of it all. Even Mineta looks great. He looks like a troll, but that's just who he is. So here we have Deku, and I can't blame Deku for doing this. Here on what page is this? Page 14. Deku is looking down at his hand, or I should say at his arm, and he's just inspecting it, just looking at it because of what just took place, man. I mean, I can imagine how weird it probably feels afterwards. When you use this power out of anger, it'll really start working for you. What really matters, is controlling your heart. So here we go. Somebody attempts to hit Deku, or I should say Uraraka. Deku comes in and saves Uraraka. One for all. I can't afford to hurt anyone again. I gotta give it everything I've got. What now, Eraser? All Might. Let's see how this plays out. Aizawa, you can't be serious. The fifth match is far from over, and here you have Shinso and Deku. So not only did we just see Shinso's growth because I thought it was going to end right there. We were going to see Shinso and Deku, and Shinso helping out Deku, which would then show his growth since then. But nah, that ain't it, coach. Now we're going to see a true battle right here. Yo, look at this color page. Hold on, let me turn it over. Dog, yo, this looks fresh. This reminds me of that one ending. There was one ending in My Hero. I forgot what season it was from, but where the characters were dressed up like this. Yo, why does it look like Deku and Bakugo both have like it's the same sword, but it's just split in half, right? Because it looks like the blades are split in half. Well, kind of, because Bakugo's looks like the Buster Sword, like Cloud's Buster Sword, or I should say, no. Bakugo's looks kind of like the Dragon Slayer, Guts from Berserk, his Dragon Slayer. Now Deku, because of the hilt, it kind of looks like the three materia slots are in there, so it kind of looks like he has the Buster Sword. So, but they kind of look like the same anyway. But regardless, and you have Hawks. Yo, I can't wait to see more Hawks, man. Hawks. Endeavor's out here wearing a cloak. a hoodie like he's Anakin. Todoroki looks like a beast. Like that, man. Kirishima, Lita. Freaking Momo is looking awesome. And you have All Might right there chilling in the back. Yo, this is a really, really cool color page. I really like this. I want to save this. I need to make this my thumbnail. Number 214, Our Brawl. This is really, really cool. Of course, I'm on the iPad, so I can't save it, but I need to remember chapter 214, color page, for a thumbnail. Alright. We're letting it go on, but there was clearly something wrong with Midoriya. If it happens again, I'll jump in and pull Midoriya out. But Shinso managed to calm him down this time. If it's quirk-related, I'll have no problem stopping it. But why? Because their hearts are still in it. Eraser's their teacher, bro. He knows them, man. He knows. Listen to him, bro. Aizawa knows. Aizawa's seen their day-to-day struggle and trying to get better. Their hearts are in it, man. Shout out to Aizawa, bro. Midoriya and Shinso, too. I always love whenever Horikoshi zooms into Deku's eyes and he has like that gleam right here in his eyes. It just causes some really nice panels. All of them are still hungry to win. We see all the other characters as well. Ready to go up in like swimwear. You indulged him. I didn't expect that. I guess. So then right here we have Shinso. He's still holding on to Deku. He pulls him. It looks like Deku breaks free. Deku wasn't strong enough to resist. I might still be a danger to you guys, so there's no way I can use my quirk now. See, man, this is what I was talking about. With those words still in his mind, he is going to be scared to hurt other people. It's going to cause for some very interesting situations, and how he's going to overcome them is going to be the best part from a storytelling standpoint, because it's going to really get us involved. Then let's retreat for now. We'll figure something out. Retreat? That means losing. Yo! Shinso's up there waiting. This is my chance for victory. But heck, you can't really mean you're going to fight Quirkless? What? Quirkless? My boy was born Quirkless! Don't try, Deku. My dog's gonna go up in like swimwear. Regardless, whether he uses a quirkless, my man was already quirkless. He'll figure a way, dog. Believe in your man, Uraraka. Nope, but I'm gonna need your help, Uraraka. Yo. And it zooms over to something else, man. I just love these scenes between these two. Acid shot, this might sting a little. I can't afford to take critical hits in a brawl like this. Twin impact, fire! Here we go. Let's race straight towards Ashido. But no, then we have Mineta coming up in there and blocking it. Look out, Mineta, he's quick. My pop-off balls aren't made to stick to me. Instead, I bounce off them. So all those balls tossed around at random act as traps for them and trampolines for me. Just as planned. Hear that, Nidengeki? Shoda. Just as freaking planned, since I knew I couldn't actually stand up to your twin impact. This is all a part of the plan. Really, even now? We see that his face is stuck up against the damn thing. That's enough, here we go. Acid layback! Great pinky combo. Mineta bounce. And this man looks like he's going through a hidden lotus. Going up in like swimmer. Come on, don't dodge. Aw, this dude's a troll, yo. I wish we could regroup, but they're coming at us so quick. There's no time to come up with a plan. Our guys have the edge despite the numbers disadvantage. The others gotta be careful about getting into Ashido's band. No, Ashido's range is because there's a... What the heck is that right there? Hold on. I'm stuck for a B. Anyways, the girls aren't exactly close combat experts, so Shoda's gonna guard him by himself. Having a bigger team is backfiring. They gotta get out of there. Oh, the comic dude. Didn't the teachers run off to shut all of this down? And what are Midoriya and Uraraka up to? Facts. So here we have Uraraka and Deku right next to each other. I can't get stronger on my own. I don't possess the right stuff to be the main character. I can't walk down that straight noble path like you people. Still, I don't resent what I've been given, because it's necessary to pull off these masterful performances. The ones where the supporting roles upstage the leads, and it happens. Yeah, I mean, the amount of manga, the amount of comics, the amount of stories, video games, television shows, movies, where certain parts of the supporting cast or the villains are able to upstage the main character. They're able to outperform the main character, and it leads you to, of course, loving said character over your main character. And that's what he wants to be. That's what he wants to do. That's fascinating. One for all. Wait, Monoma, that's too risky. Too late. Yo! And then you have Uraraka going up in like Stormer, gunhead martial arts. Hits him right in the back. That wasn't in your power, Deku. It's a bluff. Now go. Go, man. Turn the page. It didn't activate. Sheesh. I drew a blank. Monoma, I gotta help him out. And then to stop Shinso, of course, is Deku. Deku grabs onto him. Make me weightless, Uraraka. The way I could sneak up and get in Shinso's face. Ah, that was what he wanted. Release! Deku gets back up there. The last time we tangled like this was at the sports festival. It feels like that was so long ago, right? God, and it really was. It was quite some time ago. At that time, I was still I was actually reading. I think at that time I was reading the manga weekly, because I was still. I think I was reading. I was reading this series really, really often until just recently. Whenever I went on before that catch-up experience, before that I almost always stayed caught up with it. But you know, certain things happen. But I still love me some My Hero. Anyways, but yeah, it feels like it's been a long time sports festival. Losing track of you would be enough to shift the tide in your team's favor. You're too big a threat, Shinso. It won't be like last time. Eraser Midoriya is making a move. I'm watching too. Eraser spent 5 years learning how to use this thing. How can I expect to even get a handle on it? Those 5 years I had to teach myself starting from scratch. Having that experience makes a huge difference. See, this is exactly why he said, let Shinso and Deku go at it, man. Their hearts are in it because he knows. He's seen the struggle and the training that both characters have gone through, man. People like you and me, when things go south, we're dead. If we can't rely on ourselves. Like I said, keep practicing. And I hope you understand that I'm not the type to waste time on hopeless causes. I'm the same as before, Midoriya. We need to pull that off. No time to dodge. Oh, this is double spread. Come on. All of the fear and doubt from this morning is gone. What really matters is controlling your heart. That guy's attitude, his voice, his whole vibe felt a whole lot like All Might's. Make good use of us, and we save using the Black Whip. Hold on, yo. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I need to get some water, and I'll be right back. We're in like somewhere. Let's continue. Yo, he's actually doing it. He's actually doing it. Come on. Go, man, bro. Please, work with me here. So here we have. Any fears I had about my own power were good and gone. Yes, this power of mine was an ally. Those key words All Might spoke to me, you can be a hero, when we were at the beach park, learning to control my heart, my origin. Thinking back and remembering all that made me feel like I could do just about anything. Final face-off, Midoriya versus Shinso. This is about to be a GOAT chapter, man. I can feel it in my bones. There's that black energy again. Wait, why? This is clearly different from last time. He probably asked for a boost from Uraraka so he could concentrate his focus into that power. What'd you go through these past few minutes, kid? Sheesh, what's going on with you? So here we have Deku. He's moving forward with these two things in hand, with these two end portions of a pipe. I forgot what those things are called. I used to be in that industry too, so I'm trying to. I don't remember. It's the hype. The hype is getting to me. I can't even think straight. Anyways, come on, go. Was all that rampaging just a bluff? Are you playing with my emotions or something? And here we have Deku's. Yo, man, look at the. You can just feel the pain. You can feel the stress in this panel, dude. You hear the bzzz. Oh, God. And there it goes. And it leaves. The Black Whip leaves. It's gone. It only lasted a second, and now I've got this tingly pain inside of me. It's bound to be stronger than back in my day. My body's telling me that his powered-up quirk is too much for me. My short bursts at 20% aren't enough to handle it. This power is waiting for me down the road once I've got total mastery for one for all. Only then can I really start using it. Oh, man, yo. So that's going to be something to work towards. Shinso's getting away, but Air Force is still too rough around the edges. I'm scared it could trigger another outburst. Let's stick with 8%. No chance of brainwashing him now. I need to put some distance between us. Sorry about this, Monoma. I hear he even developed some ranged attacks recently. Just like in the last match, if we give their main guy even the smallest opening, he'll tear us apart. So it's decided we prioritize Midoriya. It's all for naught unless he's taken out first. I'm counting on you for that, Shinso. You went and created the perfect opening for me, but I still can't let it end like this. And here we have Uraraka in a really, really nice panel. A pipe moves over to the side. I can't nail her with the poltergeist shots at all. You see Monoma boned. It's about 5 minutes since our match started, right? And I know quirks that you copy only last that long. I simply pretended my limit was 5 minutes, but I've improved it's 10 now. If I were to unleash a brutal sneak attack, how could you defeat me all on your own? And then we have Uraraka back, and she puts her fist up like, you want to know how I'm going to defeat you all on my own? With this fist! With hands! Uraraka's like, throw hands! Hey, if you will, throw hands! Let's go, Uraraka, dog. She's wary of Shinso's brainwashing quirk, shrewd, aren't you? By the by, do you know how many quirks I can copy at once? I know he's definitely got Yanagi's Poltergeist and Kodai's size. Strategy-wise, Shinso's would also make sense. Maybe 3? Does 3 pocket watches mean 3 quirks? And then he just laughs. I merely pretended it was 3, but I've increased my limit to 4. What? Yo, so this man has access like he's a Pokemon trainer with 4 different abilities to use at once. What do you say to that? Plus, I can achieve all manner of clever things with copied quirks. While it's true that I can't activate more than one at a time, seems some have effects that last and linger, especially ones that don't necessarily affect a person's body directly. Take Kodai's size, for instance. That nut I enlarged will retain its size even if I use other quirks. Didn't catch my drift what I said? What if I said fire? Sound familiar? Be careful of supporting Roll's dying breath. Did he do something to Deku somehow? But I'm gonna need your help, Uraraka. I can't beat him one-on-one, so I'll just need to make him play by my rules. Is he trying to say that he copied something that Deku has? Not something that he attempted to copy the Black Whip. That'd be dangerous if he attempts to copy that. Shinso's leading him to the larger group. Is he trying to get Midoriya into that brawl? And in a madcap scramble like that, Shinso's power can effectively lock down the battle and its players. Too fast, I'm done for. No, and Deku gets hit. No, the twin impact. Yes, twin impact. Anything struck once will receive a second stronger blow. It must have been then. He used Shoto's quirk in that instant. It was Monoma. It was Monoma. That's what he was probably talking about. I apologize, Shinso, for falling so early. I only hope I gave you your opening. And here we have Mineta getting pwned. You're not so hard to nab once I caught onto your moves. You should know that they call me the Mobile Adonis. Good. With one rest, the rest should fall. Here we have Ashido. Ashido's in trouble, and Shinso managed to pull away. Our team might really turn this around. And we have Deku clenching his teeth. Never forget the constant reminder in my heart, my origin. And Deku's going to like swimwear. He grabs him, goes towards him. Reiko. Ooh, here we have a really, really nice panel with Uraraka. Uraraka, I need to get up in Shinso's face while you go after Monoma. And then you go after the other two. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Koda, Yanagi. And we have Ashido. Pwn. Deku. Pwn. Next page. Come on. Come on, man. Please. Work with me. Class A versus Class B conclusion. No, it's already over. He spun around to draw me in by my own binding cloth. I said I'd show him how much I've changed since then. I was looking forward to it. And with everyone here today pushing themselves forward, never slowing down. And here we go. Just the rest of the day's events right here. This hero course is rather impressive. Yo, Shinso's smile. There were some real do-or-die moments in the 5th match. Phantom Thief out here in some Persona stuff. Emily, Rule, Mines, Clang. Class A with a fat dub. Class A with a massive dub. Let's go. They also swept them. Awesome sauce, man. And that brings these 5 matches to a close. You showed us some fantastic battles, provoking how well you know your enemies and yourselves. Midnight Fair and Balanced commentary. Send this biased commentator back into Vlad King. Class A took the first match while Class B took the second. The third match was a draw. And Class A won the 4th and 5th matches. So the grand victory in battle training goes to Class A. We were all deceived. I wasn't even blazing with much competitive spirit, but still. I know, it still stings. Sensei. I couldn't accomplish anything on my own. I'm still lacking. And this was my test for a possible transfer, right? He knew. It was just a guess, but given the timing and the format, this was a convenient way to test me that didn't cost anything. Plus, you let me fight twice. He's sharp. We still have to go over the post-game analysis. Let's get back to the others. First off, Midoriya. Want to tell us what happened? Those fearsome black tendrils manifested from him. He didn't seem to control, but does that attack have a name? Was it just some new move? It couldn't be. It's too different from his usual super strength. So what caused all that then? I can't tell them all about One For All, but I can't just brush this off either. And to be honest, without saying too much, I still don't really know. That's the best answer. That's the best answer. The power welled up and I couldn't control it. It's like something I believed it's like something I believed in up to now all of a sudden turned on me. It was truly terrifying. But when Uraraka and Shinso tried to stop me, and that helped me realize that it wasn't all bad. Yo, Uraraka, man, helping out Deku. That was awesome. That was a really nice moment. Of course, Shinso helping him out too was really nice as well. If Shinso hadn't used his brainwashing to knock me unconscious, I honestly don't know what would have happened. You asked if I was bluffing, Shinso. I wasn't. I had no clue what was going on. So both of you, thanks. I was just provoking him to trigger the brainwashing, but Clearly that was no mere performance. That's true, facing down Midoriya's little rampage, both Shinso and Uraraka demonstrating some quick thinking and fast responses. And the way Uraraka in particular put herself in line to help her friend was incredible. I loved it! You just jumped in without thinking, Uraraka, quick as a whip. And then you wrapped your arms around him tight. Hey, yo! Ashino's out here flexing, dog. She's trying to instigate. And then you have the same panel, and then you see her blushing mad hard. It's true that I acted before thinking in the future I should try to keep a cool head. But, what if the alternative isn't doing nothing and regretting it? Then I'd be happier jumping in. You've matured, Uraraka. Yo, she's sweating, dog. She's sweating. I wasn't just doing it for Midoriya's sake. Uraraka gave me that order and I acted. Plus, I saw the other three getting wrecked by that black energy and realized that our team would probably lose unless we put a stop to it. I did what I did because I wanted to fight Midoriya and beat him. It only worked out that way by chance. From the moment I was focused on myself and what I wanted. And then you see Aizawa just stop him. That's cruel punishment! Alert the PTA! Nobody was asking for any more than that from you. Everyone here had already spent months training to become heroes who save people. Embodying that ideal right after being thrown into the deep end is not possible. That would take talent on par with All Might. Acting for the sake of others, saving people actually takes a lot more than just that. You'll never protect anyone you'll never protect anyone until you find whatever strength you need for yourself. If you think about it that way, your actions earned you more than just a passing grade. Shinso, at the end there, you tried luring me into the big brawl where you could have really shined, right? And remember when you tried tripping me up with those falling pipes? That was so fast. The way you whipped out the binding cloth while on the move really reminded me of Aizawa Sensei. In the first match too, I was thinking how the team came together to make great use of your abilities. But that's not all it was. Your judgment, instant analysis, and quick moves are just as impressive as anyone in the hero course. You blew me away. If we're talking about using your strength for others, then I'm the one who's got a long way to go on that front. Yo, Deku, man, hitting home. I'm pretty sure that pierced his heart, dog. Indeed. We still got some deliberating to do, but probably no more than likely. Shinso will be joining the hero course as of his second year at UA. He's got what it takes to be everyone's equal here. Whoa, which class, A or B? All in good time. We're not done with our reviews yet. Hey, Sensei, Minato was like the worst. So can you really let him have it? I put myself in the line of fire to mess with Shoda and the girls. Of course he did. Of course Minato did. This may have been a dark day for Class B, yes. But we've only lost the battle, not the war. Now that I know Midoriya's quirk, it gives me a blank. I will formulate a counter strategy. Meaning, if we were to go for another 5 rounds, who knows how to turn out? Not a chance. Classes are over today. This man's always trying to outperform Deku, bro. That's right. Since he whammed me with Shoda's quirk, that means my Renoma really did graze me. I was worried about his limbs popping off if he tried using one for all, but what does he mean by blank? He's probably talking about that new technique, right? All right, while I have you, Monoma, you're to see Eri tomorrow. And that's the end of the chapter. Living Flag Nurse, man. I think I might as well call it there because I have a feeling, knowing how My Hero Academia post arcs are, this is about to be crazy. So I might as well end it here and prepare myself for the next read-through, man. Because the next read-through is probably going to be crazy. Because just like all post-arcs are. I mean, usually they save that one. Like, I still want to know what the whole all-for-one situation was. So we're probably going to get an answer to that here in this post-training arc. So that's going to be exciting. But anyways, man, I hope everybody has an awesome day. This is a really fun couple of chapters. I mean, Deku's abilities, man. I mean, that changes the entire future of the story for me in terms of how it's going to work towards Deku's favor as an underdog and how we're going to be cheering for him because we want him to overcome those obstacles. I mean, he's going to have to learn a lot in the middle of battles through experience, as we already just saw right here. And he has a lot to learn, man. So it's going to be very, very interesting seeing how all of that grows. And, of course, I have a soft spot for stuff like that because of Avatar and like Reborn, like I was saying earlier, in a couple other series. But stuff like that's always really cool to me. And so just being able to see him master all of his abilities and truly complete One for All is going to be fascinating because it goes, to me, it feels like it's going to go even farther than just quirks. I feel like with Deku here, and the whole One for All for One thing, we're going to be getting right into the origin of quirks in of themselves. And it feels like it might have been something that might have been put into plan all the way back then, when it comes to Deku and him completing One for All, which is going to be interesting whenever we actually get to see that whole flashback and with quirks and whatnot, because it has to be connected to that. There'd be no reason why he's going to have all these quirks if it weren't for him carrying all of the burdens of all the previous generations on his back in order to actually do it and take care of it. So we'll see what's going to happen on that front. I love the Uraraka and Deku moments, of course. Shinso's moments were awesome. Monomo was really shining. It was some great stuff. Really, really epic and intense fight and battle going down there. But the main highlights for sure being Deku's portion of it, and Uraraka. Like I said, I really love that relationship that the two of them have. That was a really, really fun portion right there. But we'll be back as soon as possible. Like I said, I have a feeling that this post arc is about to be crazy. So, especially with One for All, with All for One in the mix. So we'll see what happens, man. But I hope everybody has an awesome sauce of a day. Take care. Let me know what y'all thought about these particular chapters, and I will see y'all next time, man, for some more My Hero Academia greatness. Hopefully sometime this week. Once again, I'm going to try to do these as often as possible until I end up catching up. But I also want to do some Promised Neverland, so I don't know which one I'm going to do next. Because like I said, just knowing how good My Hero gets and stretches, man, I feel like the next stretch is going to be really, really good. Because that's just the way the post My Hero arcs work. So we'll see what happens there, man. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Peace out. My Hero Academia greatness, man. Deku, bro. We're in your corner, man. We're in your corner. Hopefully you'll be able to progress and learn all these quirks. I just wonder, though, with this Black Whip technique, because he stated that he will not be able to use it until he masters One for All. But wouldn't him mastering that lead into him mastering One for All? But anyways, I guess we'll figure it out down the line. I'll see y'all next time, man. My Hero greatness.